Hello world. We here. Finally. Beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm out here in beautiful Kailua, Hawaii. Nick Heldreth on the other side of the line. 2,600 miles away. Sunny Southern California, San Diego.
Yeah, buddy.
This is episode 1, people. I'm gonna make sure to get up close. I'm gonna yell into this microphone. We're MacGyvering this. Got the best audio quality in the game right now. So I hope y'all can hear us. Episode 1. Sammy Dubs, Sam Wilhoit, that's my name. Start a new business, new podcast. Business is called Remix with a W, one word. World Remix. This is the recast. Live and direct. Podcast, vidcast, blogcast, business, art, growth. We're coming at you live. We're talking about business development. We're talking about sales and marketing. We're talking about life. Everything is a business. So my boy Nick Heldreth, known each other for a long time. Really good. Episode 1. You can see my man's Papa Norman in the back. Nope, that's all right. Get in there, get in there. My dad Norman will be episode 2, 3, 4, something like that. But right now he's helping me out with the best audio visual you have ever seen in your life. No comparison. Me and Nick Heldreth go way back. We're both from, can I say basically, Kailua, Hawaii, Oahu. Beautiful paradise. Anybody in Hawaii, y'all, my friends out here in Hawaii, y'all know. If you're not, you can dream about it. Come out, spend your hard-earned tourist dollars in Hawaii. We thank you. Nick Heldreth. I'm going to try to give you the briefest little summary I can do, and then I'm going to let him jump in and do the talking. I hope this is the most talking I'm going to do today. But so we came back together, I'd say what? We lived together, you, me, and Sean Carney lived together from 2010 to 2012-ish.
About right.
So I was in the place for about 3 years. Nick left after about 2 and went on to his next thing. But it was the 3 of us for a solid 2.5 years. My brief rundown on Nick Heldreth would be, during college, we all done our little things. We were all high school athletes. I became a college athlete. We were all into business. We all got business degrees, right? Is that what you basically got?
Yeah, BBA finance.
BBA finance. We got the same thing. Okay. Nick had made some money and done some time in modeling, even in high school, right?
Yeah.
So you had made a little money doing that. Were you ever in any kind of business, or were you ever slanging, other than the illegal shit, were you ever slanging any kind of, were you ever selling fucking mixtapes or candy at school? Or is it basically modeling was your business experience before college, or what?
I think the first, besides illegal stuff, obviously, and all that, was Aloha shirts. It was kind of funny. It was like I was in Virginia.
Virginia this is what, during high school, college, after? Virginia is when you're a kid.
Right. This is like right after high school.
Okay.
So I was in Virginia, and this guy was selling these Aloha shirts. It was I want to say Tory. It was Tommy Bahama Aloha shirts.
Right.
And he was selling them for like $25 a pop, and he had a bunch of them. And I was like, these will sell for $50, $75 back home. You're just not selling them because you're in, a highway stop in Virginia. And so I went to the guy. I'm like, how many of these do you have? And he had like 100 of them. And so I had some money from working. I'm like, I'll buy all of them for $12 a piece. And so I bought like, I don't know, a couple of, like, I was 100, 200 Aloha shirts, whatever it was, and I put them on YouTube, and I was selling for 40, $50 a piece. And not YouTube, on eBay.
Bango.
That was one of the first things that I did. It was just like, the hourly on that calculated was amazing.
Major key. Can we say eBay one more time for the people?
eBay.
All right, man. I love all these guys out there. I love Gary Vee. I love fucking, Tony Robbins. And some of these other guys have been out there preaching this eBay slang. And come on, man. That shit's so basic. I love it.
Yeah, it was, dude, I was like...
But it's not so basic because yours is, you went and found, like, the whole Aloha thing. That was more niche. But the whole point is you can go out there and find fucking gold on the ground and put it on eBay.
Well, have you seen the article not the article, but it's a program that scours Amazon for the best products to sell on Amazon. historically and currently. It's called Jungle Scout.
Okay. Okay. Well, everything we talk about in this, all the links will be there at the end. All right.
Yeah.
So say it again for the people because I haven't heard of Jungle Scout. So what?
Yeah,
junglescout.com.
I mean, it's just, you know, somebody with a far better knowledge of algorithms than I coded this thing up, and it lets you find the types of products that will make you money on eBay and Amazon, all those, you know, large product brokerages online.
Free? Do they have a free and paid version?
Probably a free trial setup.
But they charge you. They want to sell you the service.
It's something super reasonable. Like it's probably like $100 a month for this.
And it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I didn't have the hunger probably until I was like 18.
There you go.
And then
and you had some issue. You had a pretty, you know, you had a nice upbringing. You guys had money and property, and you lived in a nice town, and you're in Hawaii, but everything wasn't perfect.
No.
So you had, like you said, around 18, 19, 20, you know, you had ended up with some situations in your life.
I saw the value of entrepreneurship in high school, but I was just mostly, you know, school and sports. You know,
okay,
my
right.
Kind enough to give me enough spending money.
Right.
And I didn't need a bunch of bread.
Right.
Which was good and it was also bad. You know, if you're not out there actively trying to find ways to make money, it can be a little bit, you know, limiting. Pressure creates creativity.
Kind of like you say, the rich kid syndrome. It's just harder to come up as a rich kid with everything handed to you and then have that hunger in your belly and go out and get something for yourself.
Yeah.
It's just, if it's too easy, it's too easy. Okay, so before we get fully into the story, I want to just wrap up my little. So there's all of that. I'm glad that we got that story out. That's like the first business spot. So you got Nick Heldreth coming out. You know, he had done some modeling out in Virginia, which is where you're from originally, Virginia. Born there, but grew up in Hawaii. Then, even to this day, you've always hustled little side money off the modeling.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go boom, 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 real quick. There was a reality TV show after college called Love Games.
Bad Girls Need Love Too.
But it was called Love Games.
Oh yeah. The show was called Love Games.
Bad Girls Need Love Too.
The tagline was Bad Girls Need Love.
It was a spin-off of Bad Girls Club. I love this. So after that, Nick got his face on TV, had to go out and do blah, blah, blah. Got some money out of that.
Yep.
Got some money out of some other stuff. You know, money's from here and there. It's hustling, college degree. About a year, or less than a year after that's when we hooked up and lived together.
Mm-hmm.
And you bought a Wahoo party bus. Right?
Yep.
You owned that for, what, 24 months? 2 years? A year?
About a year and a half.
Okay. Bought and sold it. Doubled your money on it.
Yep.
Bought it for what, 25 grand?
Yep.
Sold it for what?
50.
And during that time, Nick, you were running and making your money from the party bus.
Yep.
You would make money on the side doing modeling gigs here and there. Extra on Hawaii Five-0. Photo shoot. Dongbu Insurance. Shout out to Dongbu Insurance.
Yeah.
So I'm a guy, I'm a business nerd. That was kind of our thing, Nick. You know, business nerdery. I'm the kind of guy that I watch commercials on YouTube and shit. So if you ever go back and Google commercials and you want to Google it's a pretty good commercial. It wasn't even funny. I like Googling the old funny commercials, like the old Super Bowl commercials, but if you go to YouTube and look for Dongbu Insurance Hawaii commercial, blah, 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 DONGBU. Okay. During this time, that's where you're making your money. That's your 9 to 5, but you're not 9 to 5 in it. He owned the party bus during this time, people. We were 25, 20. I said.
Wait, what?
I said we were 25, 20. I said.
I got a plane. I'm in San Diego. Everything flies over all the residents.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we were 25, 26 at the time. That's where you're making your money, your business. And then I'm going to try to make this one as quick as possible. We got into roofing all together. All right?
Yeah.
Roofing, like roof on your house, ROOF. My business at the time, family business, landscaping company. I came straight from college, went straight into it. It was a family business. My dad started the business in 1985. So I came straight back into it. That's what I was doing. So I was in contracting. I had relationships with property managers and contractors and builders and roofers, but it actually came through one of Nick's friends who also had similar relationships and was in a roofing company. And on March 9th, 2012, there was a freak hailstorm in Hawaii. Yeah, no, we get snow and hail sometimes. It's crazy. It was national news. And I'm not going to go super deep into it, but it was insurance claims. You know, they call them storm chasers. If you're from, quote-unquote, America, anywhere, you know, that gets hail, this is a normal industry. It's not weird, but when it happened in Hawaii, this whole roofing insurance contracting thing popped up, and everybody thought it was a scam. Sounds kind of scammy up front, but it's a real industry. It's not a scam, but, you know, just like any other business, there's good and bad people in it, and you can get fucked. Or you can get helped. You can help people or you can fuck people. Over those 2 years, we all made money. We did pretty cool. But we got fucked by some people. We tried to help some family and friends who we helped. And then, you know, some of them got fucked in the process too. You know, all that being said, we had a nice run for a little bit under 2 years. You know, after second or third round of some difficulties. And, you know, we were doing straight up sales. It was all commission. So, you know, we made money. It was just a little bit less than we thought. It was supposed to come quick. It just took, you know, it took longer to get your checks than you thought. And Nick sells the party bus company, $50K, doubles up, takes his fucking money and his underwear and his fucking toothbrush and travels the world. All right. Nick sells the party bus company, a little bit more cash in the pocket. Sam and Sean, we stayed around for another year. We stayed in the roofing game. We tried to make a real run of it. We ended up bowing out another year and a half after that. Nick travels, maybe not the world, but you traveled the Pacific Rim and you did Asia, Australia, New Zealand. Did you go to Fiji?
No Fiji.
Okay. You settled in Austin, Texas. You bought PPMG, Premier Property Marketing Group.
Yep. Which
you bought into, then you bought more of. Now you've sold some of that back, but you still own some of.
Yep.
Currently, you are flipping houses. You're still associated with PPMG, which is mainly Texas properties. And you are also a year or two deep into Budbo, the weed app. I'm not going to use the name of any other apps, but it is a swipe right, swipe left, find your favorite flavors idea. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
So it took me about 10 minutes to do that. I tried to say that as quickly as possible, but basically I just want to the world wants to hear from you, Nick. Will you just take that little, tell your story in a little bit more detail for us? Even if you want to start with love games and some of the modeling, because even some of the modeling you did was really cool. Like, I mean, Dongbu commercial, you've been in Hawaii 5-0. One of the things that I thought was really cool was when you would do photo stuff and you did the volcano e-cig. Posters are still up today at Ala Moana. Like, Nick Heldreth, his face is on stock photography now. So, like, we walk into the store at Walmart and we're buying, like, out here in Hawaii, or if you ever go river rafting in the rivers and blah, 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 you go buy those $1.99, those little floaty rafts at Walmart, and they've got pictures of kids playing in the pool. Well, there's a picture of Nick Heldreth with the fucking kids playing with the floaty when you buy floaties. Like, this is where we're at. So, you started up. Where are we starting?
We'll start with kind of where I first saw entrepreneurship as what made sense to me. And it was kind of growing up, like my parents were in the military, they always instilled education as being very important and, you know, traditional education. We kind of grew up on the cusp of when school was still making sense. It doesn't make as much sense anymore, but it did when...
Right.
And so I saw how hard they worked. My dad was the ROTC instructor where we went to school, and, you know, they're like, you know, school. And I saw our mutual friend Andrew Waring, his father, kind of lifestyle that he led.
We got to get those guys on the show.
He's a restaurateur, real smart guy, kind of pillar of that niche of the Hawaii restaurant.
Well, let's pause. Can we pause?
Yeah.
Andrew Waring's dad, pillar of the industry here, but pillar of the industry, right? Like, he's a real dude.
Yeah, he's a real
dude. Wasn't he on the restaurant board for, like, the West region?
He's like National Restaurant Association.
Okay, I don't want to call anybody out, get into nobody's real
the
business.
NRA, not the, not the gun kind.
So he was okay. Keep it up.
He teaches how to open a restaurant at UH, or he used to.
Perfect.
So I kind of saw how he lived. He obviously he made a little bit more money than my parents. That was apparent in the material possessions and the schedule that he had. He kind of worked from home. We'd go to his restaurants. We'd go there get meatball sandwiches. Everybody respected the guy. And, when you're younger, 10, 11, 12 years old, you're picking up on these social cues and realizing, what's this guy doing? How does he run it like this?
Yeah, why is this guy different? What's going on?
Yeah, and so, you gradually pick up on this stuff, and as you get older, you realize, okay, I think I want to do what that guy's doing. Like you, I came up, and, we played sports, and I had a dream of playing football in college, which I pursued. So that was kind of my main focus. It was like, why'd you go to school? Well, because that's what I was supposed to do, and there were football, beer, and girls there. So that's where I went, right?
I hear you.
But, once you get out of college, you kind of see the lay of the land and what's going to happen, what working somewhere looks like. I've never had a 9-to-5. I don't understand what it is to work in an office. And kind of like you, to a certain extent, I did some outside sales, and around the time where I was taking my test to become a financial advisor, I had the opportunity to be on that show. I was on that show, they turned like a month of filming into 2 months of TV. I made a little bit of coin, and I had a minor level of celebrity in a small market. Going and being on one of those shows, and then being from Hawaii and coming back, people know you to a certain extent.
Hawaii is a small place,
which
everybody knows, but if you don't know, it's a very small place. You could be a big fish in a small pond, which is not a bad business strategy.
No. So basically, I came back with a little bit of money in my pocket from the show, and then also I got paid to drink at bars and clubs several times.
Pause! Can you say that again slowly and loudly for the people, please?
So I got paid to drink at bars and clubs a few times.
Paid to drink and what?
Just drink and general tomfoolery.
At clubs and stuff.
Bars.
And bars and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
continue.
So made some money doing that, and then I came back, and I was wondering what I wanted to do, and I had a little bit of money in my pocket. I had this minor amount of celebrity, and I was looking to get into business in some way, and I saw on Craigslist that this guy was selling a party bus company, and I had been on the party bus years before, and he was in a position where he was having a child.
Actually, cool insight there. We had all been on this party bus before. You, me, we were all clients of this guy before you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, after talking to him, and I saw that there were some serious pain points about getting away, getting out of this quickly. He was from San Diego. He was running a successful party bus company over there. He had about 15 vehicles, and he was recently married, and his wife was pregnant, and he wanted to offload this company that he had in Oahu because it was causing him more stress than profit that it generated. And so I offered him half of what he was asking for it, and he took it.
Of course he did. Boom. That's called strong arm, son.
And so, I didn't know anything about running a transportation company or, vehicles besides the shitty ones that I had up to that point in my life.
Which probably helped.
I bought it on a simple premise, right? Can I charge this much, and can I book it this often? Because if I can do that, I can make money. And that was basically it. It was like a lot of people say that, you get your MBA or whatever. I basically bought my MBA and I resold it for a profit.
Yep.
That's kind of how I
basically what it was.
It's like, yeah.
Okay, the guy owned Party Bus San Diego, and he had 30-some buses in San Diego, and he had one bus in Hawaii, and it was a pain in his ass, basically, right?
Yeah.
So it was a perfect opportunity for you, and you both walked away happy.
Yeah.
He basically sold you a vehicle. He basically sold you an old bus for $25,000, but it came with an established name, brand, and website and Google listing.
Yeah. The major value in that company was not the vehicle. The vehicle was a piece of shit. I barely kept it running for 18 months. It's a major reason.
Yep.
It's a major reason why I sold the company, because if I had run it for any longer, I would have had I would have had to purchase a new vehicle. Sam was actually on that vehicle when it broke down on the side of the road on our way to a UH game.
University of Hawaii football Warriors shouting out.
Yep.
We got the bus working and we got to the stadium.
Yeah, I opened up the engine. I pumped.
We opened up the engine of the party bus on the side of the H1.
Yeah.
With a bunch of pretty girls that were all ready with their makeup, and now they're on the side of the H1 melting.
Yeah.
Pissed.
And I just started that thing. I poured like a gallon of starter fluid into this bus, got it up running again. We limped it into the parking lot.
Ah! This is the day our good friend Eric Bartley got way too drunk. And when he tries to walk into the stadium, they look at him and they're like, "You can't come in, buddy, you're fucked."
Oh, man.
And then we all vouch for him, like, "No, he's not that drunk, come on, let him in." We let him, he's like, "Okay, let him in." 2 seconds later, he trips on himself, face first on the concrete. They're like, "Nope, get him the fuck out of here." Gone. And so our boy Eric sleeps on the bus, or tries to. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we're there. Okay, so yeah, no, that's the party bus. I hear you, man. This was some great learning experience there.
Yeah, and then when I went to go sell it, I mean, I basically sold the brand. They went and checked out the bus. I'm like, "You're not buying this bus, you're buying the brand." Because when Hawaii, once again, we'll go back to Hawaii being a small market. When you Google Party Bus Oahu, Party Bus Waikiki,
right,
Party Bus Honolulu, we weren't number 1 or 2. We were the entire first page of Google.
You were the only one.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I sold.
The benefits of being a big fish in a small pond.
Exactly.
So again, people, everybody knows, everybody's talking about niche this, niche that. It's true.
Yeah. So, and the guy that owns it now, great dude. He had ancillary businesses to help it out. He's got some different nightlife stuff, and I think he owned part of a club, and so it helped him out to have those things. And he did exactly what I knew needed to be done to the business. I told him what needed to be done, and he pumped like $300,000 into it, bought like a bunch of new vehicles, set up an office, made it a very legitimate enterprise. I mean,
and now they've got 30 buses here, and they're killing it.
Yeah, they're killing it.
And there's nobody else. Well, there's somebody else.
I talked to him recently. He raised his fixed expenses so much that he's just happy to break even all the time now. He's just raised the level of risk significantly. Now, I was running this thing out of our apartment via DocuSign in a parking spot down by the beach. My fixed on that company was $7,000 a year.
That's right.
And
Lean.
I was making like $4 or $5 a month running the thing.
We're talking ground turkey, people. Lean meat.
I mean, I wasn't gonna get rich doing it, but it was, we were what?
Who's the? There's some guy out there. That's like one of the books, like the Lean Startup. Wasn't that some guy who was fucking popping for years? Probably still popping. I'll catch his name. I'll go Google him after this.
So that was a party bus. And then we sold that. We did the roofing thing. Roofing thing was great.
It fell from the sky.
It did, man. It fell from the sky, and like we were talking about, it was my friend that introduced us to it. But I kind of we were running a little small entrepreneur think tank, and I presented it to you guys. I'm like, yeah, man, this is gonna be awesome. I think we can make a bunch of money on these things. We can do this. We can help people in our community. And you and our roommate Sean had really good networks in the area, and people trusted you. They trusted Sean with their kids, teaching them volleyball. They trusted you and your family with their lawns and with their homes,
their property, man.
Yeah. And so it made a lot of sense, and we did well for a while. We really did. A couple of young guys out there just making it happen.
True, very true. I recording the technology, man.
Technology.
I love technology. Not as much as you see. Meet me in the AIM chat room, baby. I'm here every night, every Friday.
This Friday night.
I'm the opening act. I do 12 minutes because not a lot of people don't want a lot of...
Have you seen Ross the Kitchen?
Ross Kitchen! Listen, me, Thomas, Eric, and Charles, right after we watched the Cavs get smoked by the Warriors, we turned on Ross Kitchen. And it's like Ross Kitchen, the most epic Rasta scrambled eggs ever. We're like, yes, we turn it on. 3 6-minute episodes later, he finishes the scrambled eggs. We're like, you made 3 episodes to show us how to scramble eggs. That could have been 1 12-minute episode. Why did you have to turn it into 3 5-minute videos? But I loved it, and they were the most epic scrambled eggs I've ever seen. And it was so funny when he was talking about all the chickens walking around the yard. He's like, so do you take your eggs from these chickens? He's like, nah, man, me no raise fowl, man. These chickens, they eat all kind of fuckery.
The fowl, they eat the feces, man.
They eating all kind of dumb shit.
45 minutes of that guy's hilarious.
He's like, man, these chickens, they eat their own feces. They eat the dog feces. They eat any kind of fuckery they find on the ground, these dirty chickens.
Oh, shit.
So welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Ross Kitchen. I'm sorry, this is not Ross Kitchen. But we're going to do our little midway sponsor shout out. So first of all, shout out to Ross Kitchen.
Shout out!
Blow it out, man. If you don't know, now you know. Ross Kitchen, YouTube, highly educational, entertainable, tasty ital flavors from the backyard Jamaica. Go on your YouTube search, 2 words, Ross Kitchen, R-A-S, Ross Kitchen. I'm getting a call. I'm going to call into the show. We're getting our first caller into the show. Trav Miking's calling in. Travis, welcome to the Remix Recast. You are live to the world broadcasting on YouTube. Ja Rastafari!
Yeah! What? Where you at?
I'm in the backyard, bro. Can you FaceTime me?
I'm at your house right now.
You're at my house in Kailua? I thought you were at Big Island.
I just got back, doggy.
Come in the back. I'm interviewing Nick Heldreth for my podcast. You can be part of this. Come back. All right, everybody, we're going to welcome an amazing guest to the show, Travis Miking. Nick, I told you he was going to be a guest on episode 2 or 3. We'll make his own episode.
He's just going to pop in, do a little cameo.
We'll tell you about our boy, Trav Miking, who just flew home from the Big Island, lives here, lives there, lives everywhere. Travis Miking, the youngest commercial fishing boat captain in the history of the state of Hawaii. Since his inauguration as a captain 6-7 years ago. He's about 28 now. He became a captain at like 21 or 23, youngest ever. The Hawaii commercial fishing fleet is a small one, but it is the most sustainable commercial fishery on Earth. Earth. He's walking in my backyard right now. We're in Kailua. This is how we do. It's a small town vibe. So the Remix Recast, we shouted out to Ross Kitchen. Javi, whoa. Gonna shout out to Makani Kai, Catamaran, Honolulu. All their information should be right here. Makani Kai, M-A-K-A-N-I. These guys aren't paying me. They just got my iced coffee in their cup today, so it's a good time. You ever in Hawaii, Waikiki? Trav, you want to pull up a chair next to me, my brother? We're on film. We're fucking recording all of this, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking good to see you. I thought you were coming back tomorrow. Why are you home early?
Dude, I thought it was tomorrow too. Hey, I'm Fanar.
We're still going, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're still going. Can you see him?
Oh, he's so awesome.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, buddy. Good to see you.
Hello.
Right on. Podcast time.
It's vidcast, podcast, blogcast.
Hard vlogging at the moment. Big time vlog.
Hardcore, yardcore.
Looks like you're at the beach.
He's in San Diego. That's where he lives now. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Go for
Here
it.
you go, bud.
It's really quiet. So like when you're speaking, you have to just like talk loud and be like da da da.
I'm always like that.
Oh,
Perfect. You
shot.
have to be loud. Yeah, the beach, boy.
Yeah.
Right by the beach, boy. Uncle Norm in the house.
Uncle Norm, yeah.
Uncle Norm, turn the camera around. Say hello.
Hey,
Uncle Norm in the house.
here we are.
Right there behind Uncle Norm, you see all the palm trees. Right behind that is world famous Kailua Beach. Bango.
Yeah.
This is where we're coming live and direct. Backyard.
Where's the beer?
I got a beer. Could you get yourself a beer?
Yeah.
I'll go get him one.
No.
You want one?
Okay, yeah, actually, I mean, yeah, I'll take that. So Nick, real quick before we jump back in, can you tell the people where to find PPMG and Budbo online, as well as downloading the app, as well as social media?
All right. So PPMG is a real estate company. You can find us at ppmgrealestate.com. Budbo is good everywhere. Budbo is a cannabis mobile phone application that allows cannabis smokers to find their favorite strains, products, tinctures, edibles, review them, like them, share them with their friends. Budbo.com, Budbo, is where you're going to find the mobile phone application Budbo.
Can we get a applause from the peanut gallery in the back? I know you got an audience in the back there. All right, Nick, we did the past, present, future. Tell us about PPMG, Budbo. Tell us about your experience in real estate, Austin, Texas, flipping real estate, starting an app, successes and failures and successes.
Hey, remember that one time in high school, man?
No, we were just doing that. Real quick.
No, I don't, because all the best times I don't remember.
All right. Hold up. Real quick, I'm going to get it started. Remix, recast, live and direct, Hawaii backyard, brought to you by... I already told you, but again, my business is your business. Everything I do is about education, entertainment, and cross-promotion. So basically, the guest on my show is the sponsor of the show. This is the Nick Heldreth episode.
All right, we'll start out with kind of how I ended up leaving Hawaii. I ended up leaving Hawaii, got an around-the-world trip ticket, went all through Asia, popped around. It was like Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bali, Australia, mainland China, New Zealand. And at the end of the trip, I was looking for the next step. And so doing a lot of reading about different ways to make money, different kind of hot markets, things I should be focusing on. And I saw real estate in Texas as a major opportunity. And I had some friends in Texas, and they were looking to do different ventures. And I ended up moving to Texas. I was there for a little while. I was looking to get into the fix and flip type of deal, the buy real estate with no money down type of thing.
Which is what a lot of, is becoming a thing which more people are figuring out. I'm not going to ask you to, right, I'm not going to ask you to say anything you don't want to say or go fucking so deep into your technical shit, but tell the people, yeah, I'm not going to try to cut you off. I just want you to elaborate as much as you want to elaborate. Tell the people where you're at.
Yeah, as far as the brokerage, I built it so it's kind of on that 4-hour work week model. I don't have to see these agents. I don't have to see the properties. Don't have to do anything like that. I get a small transaction fee every time they close a property. About 40 agents in the 4 major markets in Texas. That's Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. So we do a good amount of business there. We're happy about that. We're looking to build some proprietary technology on our platform. Go for some funding here in the next 3 to 6 months. As far as the make real estate with no money down thing, it's pretty simple. Essentially, you're selling opportunities. You're selling deals to people. So
you're arbitraging. You're providing a very valuable arbitrage, because it's not like you're just flipping some blah 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 and just taking money off the top. You're taking money off the top because you're getting people the price they want and getting the house in shape so that the buyer gets a house they want.
Exactly.
People. You're making a nice transaction fee, which might be a little bit less than if you actually bought, held, and owned the property and flipped it, but you also don't take on that opportunity cost, I guess, the risk.
The risk.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, you have the people that make money flipping properties, right? They close on it, they do some work, they add value, and then they sell it for a profit. You also have...
That can be a long, extensive process with a lot of possibilities for problems.
Yes, absolutely. And we do that.
You don't want to own the fucking property if you don't have to, right?
No, we don't have to. We do it on the sweeter deals. We do it probably on 1 out of every 5 contracts. We'll flip it ourselves.
Right.
But the majority of these deals, we go ahead, we package it, we sell it to our list of buyers. List building is probably something that Sam would love to touch on a bunch.
A ton, because my list ain't big yet. Y'all, everybody out there, go on my list, remix.co, C-O.
But, yeah, so, we go ahead and get these properties under contract, and we provide a valuable service to the sellers because they need to go ahead and get out quickly with people with cash. They can close that don't need traditional financing, and we go ahead and we package that investment opportunity to our list, and we sell it fast, and we make a nice fee in between.
Trav got an idea.
I've been working hard.
Nick's in.
Saving money. I need a house too. I need a place, man.
Nah, Nick, Trav wants to send you like 30 grand. Let's make it happen. Let's do this.
Yeah, done.
No, I don't know anything about it. I need to talk more about people that know about it because I've been making good money.
Give me a call after this.
And I've been saving, dude. I've been saving, and yeah, I'm looking forward to like making a good investment on something, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Shut up! What
I just say sushi.
Travis is grinding the motherfucking high quality ahi. Woo!
Deep water.
Hey.
Omega 3.
If anybody out there likes raw fish, that motherfucking ahi gold. If anybody's heard about this Hawaiian poke craze, sweeping the nation, sweeping the world, Nick. How many poke bowls can you find in San Diego today?
Millions, trillions.
You know, I was finding poke bowls in fucking Amsterdam 6 months ago. Okay?
Trav's in the right business.
But all of the fresh fish on the West Coast and Hawaii, most of it comes from Hawaii, right?
Yep.
So this guy is the most top producing motherfucking fisherman in Hawaii. So the Hawaii Fish Auction provides the dopest fish to Hawaii, West Coast America, and Japan, basically.
And the East Coast.
And he fucking sending Hawaiian fish out to New York, son. So
International market for highest quality,
if you're out,
sustainably caught fish.
I already, when you're walking up, I gave him the whole thing about Travis Miking, sustainable fishery. And if you're one of these Americans who's just learning about poke and you're like, poke bowls are my favorite thing because I'm a hipster in Portland, let me tell you something. I hope you understand the difference between previously frozen and fresh fish, which of course everybody understands the difference, but when it comes to poke, it's hard to get that fresh fish, especially on the East Coast, West Coast, so those buyers are paying more to get it there shipped fresh. So I haven't eaten a lot of poke bowls on the mainland. Hey Nick, do you know, can you get a fresh poke bowl, or are they going to be all previously frozen?
Oh, it's never going to be as good as what we're going to get back home.
No, but can you get one that's not previously frozen though?
There are local fishermen in San Diego, but they get a
Right,
lot
okay.
of yellowfin. They get a lot
You're
of
gonna
yellowfin.
get, if you get the local fish from Cali, you're gonna get the yellowfin, and it could be fresh,
Yeah.
right? But that's
Yeah.
not the bluefin, right?
No, the big eye.
The big eye is
Big eye tuna.
that's the that's if you want to talk about
Yeah.
platinum,
Deep
it's
water.
the platinum. You know, yellowfin you could be called like a gold. That could be like
But
a gold or bronze medal.
The yellowfin is a surface tuna, so a lot more oil content in the Big Island because they cruise way down deep and it's way colder water. So yellowfin is right on the surface. Big Eye is like 600-700 feet deep, cold water.
Nice.
Action.
So that's this guy. He's feeding the people. He's not just feeding the people. He's feeding you. If you're watching right now and you ever ate a motherfucking poke bowl, he's feeding you, literally putting that motherfucking food in your mouth.
Thanks. I'm going to go get one now.
You're welcome. Thank you, people. You're welcome. Travis Miking, episode 2, coming up next week. Stay tuned.
There we go.
Watagwan.
I'm tripping out. I just came over here because I dropped my girlfriend off at work, and I was like, I'm going to see what Sam's up to. I could hear him, like, all the way outside on the road. I was like,
You could hear me yelling on the road. Like, why is Sam yelling in the backyard? We're in my parents' backyard right now. I think I've said that 10 times. Round of applause from the Peanut Gallery. Everyone back. Woo! We got like 50 people back here in the audience. It's
After
a
you
big
get,
thing.
like, the game show stuff. Like, gosh.
I've got sound effects on GarageBand. I'm going to put in the applause, laugh tracks later.
Helicopters.
Oh, we already got planes flying over already. Nick's like right by the fucking airport. Yo, Nick, I think I might have told you this, but across the street, Pinky's finally closed down.
What's it now again?
Nico's Pier
Nico's.
38.
Fresh fish.
Shout out to Nico's Pier 38, Honolulu, Hawaii. Location number 2. No, we'll do an episode with him, dude. We'll do an episode with Nico, but Nico they're an old time classic best fresh fish ever because their restaurant is right at Pier 38 where the fishing boats are, where Travis unloads for the auction. They've been there forever. This is their second location. It's in Kailua, so thank the Lord that they're here for us. So I think we got a pretty good feel about you and PPMG. If you want to talk more about real estate, or if you want to kind of hit up and tell me about the weed app now, and we can wrap it up here soon.
Yeah, sure. Real estate's whatever. There's a ton of information out there. I mean, Google
Prayer flags
real
over
estate
there.
deals, information on real estate.
Yeah, and we
deals.
can go deeper. We'll go deeper into all these topics later, people. This is episode 1. We're just introducing you to the man, the myth, and the Mr. All America, as they call them on the Bad Girls Club. So.
He's a
But
model American.
He's a model American, and
One
if you're
hell
an
of a model
American
American.
model, he will take your number and you can hit him up in the DM. It goes down.
Slide into the DMs. But,
Only if you fine as fuck, but that's all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But Budbo, though, Budbo's an interesting thing. I mean, obviously cannabis is a huge growth industry.
Tell us about huge growth industries. Can you tell us about high growth industries?
Can you tell us about
Budbo, the app.
I have a boner
Yeah.
like 12 hours out of the day, and then the other 12
Business.
is like
Business.
chill.
We're talking about real shit. Nick just
I
needs
think I gotta go see my doctor.
No, I'm kidding. All we need is a good 2 minutes for Nick to wrap up Budbo.
Budbo was an interesting thing. I met these brothers, really, really smart guys. They came up with the idea to go ahead and provide a significantly more comprehensive solution for people to find what they're looking for as far as marijuana goes. We've since grown it from, okay, we're going to provide these 3 different search functionalities for you to find the type of marijuana that you want. We've added a logistics and tracking firm that we've merged with. We're adding a vendor portal, almost like load bidding system. So you're going to be able to go in as like a delivery. Okay, I'll bid on this particular delivery. Go in, and you can do it commercially. So take large loads and send, pick them up at.
Sav
grow
always
operations
takes large
and
loads.
dispensaries and large loads.
I knew we couldn't go 120 seconds, but we did. We went for about 90.
No, that's good.
Okay, no, but large loads,
Let's just call it massive loads.
massive loads.
Massive loads from one area to the next, sprinkling it all over the countryside, especially the mountainous areas.
Mountains, hills, and valleys.
But the Grand Canyon, it's too dry.
Nah, you never put it around the canyon unless you want to procreate. Not trying to do that.
But procreation of marijuana plants is you clone them. So anyway, enough about cloning. But almost at the end of your explanation of how the Budbo is going to have the data, it's going to have the stuff for the consumer, it's going to have the stuff for the B2B consumers.
Data aggregator for the cannabis industry.
Yes. And you swipe left and right to find consumers swipe left and right based on the products they like. So hey, on this one we're going to say their name. So a lot of people may know about Weed Maps. Weed Maps in my mind is basically like Yelp for weed. And Budbo would be like, I don't want to say it's like Tinder for weed because it is much more in depth in terms of you've got so many products, and inside Budbo you're gonna have flower, you're gonna have extracts, foods, and so you're gonna create a profile. You're gonna say, hey, I'm a medical patient, and create your profile, and this is what I really need. Or you say, hey, I'm just a 21-year-old kid. I think 21 is the legal age, right? If you're a recreational user and you like just smoking weed, or you like smoking dabs, or you like smoking, and you can really personalize your profile based on those things. And I'm saying that's how it's different than Tinder. We've all used Tinder. Tinder, you go in, you can do some things, but basically you can go in there and really, as a consumer, aim your data. As a B2B, aim your data, do what you want and need, and make different things happen. So it's really cool. Take a look at it. And yeah, man, I mean, in my 2 cents, it's like, obviously I promote, marijuana industry, hemp, all, music, reggae, blah, blah, blah. That being said, I see it as very valuable. Go check it out. I still like talking about medical marijuana. In the next 10 to 20 years, that might just disappear because recreational will take over. But I don't want people to forget about that because that's where it started. And it started there for a reason because there are a lot of fucking cancer patients and AIDS patients, people that use it for medicine for real. And that will never disappear. So, I don't want to sound like Silicon Valley, the TV show, and the generic, like we're out here trying to save the world. Because my man, Nick Heldreth, he's a good guy. I don't think he's trying to save the world with Budbo. But I will tell you this, as a medical application, it could save lives at some point. I'm not saying that that the point of Budbo is to save lives. It is about recreation, it's about fun, it's about products, it's about consumers, and it's about B2B, and it really is a data aggregator. But this can really help people who have medical conditions, because people who live in these states can go down to stairs to the dispensary and they're fine. But we can't forget that there's 25 or it's half or less than half of the states that have legalized on some level. We've all heard the stories of the guy in Oklahoma who tried to move to Denver and take his kid who had some shit. And when they came in and seized this kid, so they couldn't take him to Denver to get him his fucking medical treatment. Are you kidding me? So at the end of the day, it's all fun and games until, we got to realize the fight's not over. And there are people out there dying because they can't get their medicine. And that's not a fucking joke. Pause. So this is real life. I mean, like, we made a lot of jokes. No, we made a lot of jokes on this, and I love jokes. I'll make jokes all day, but if it's not a joke, it's not a joke. You know, me and Nick were talking about some real serious shit earlier. We all have friends that have gone into bad times, depressions. We know people who have suicides and who have died. You know, life, don't fucking take it for granted.
Every day is a fight with the devil.
And, hey, I'll say this. If you use marijuana recreationally, get a handle on it if it's a problem, you know, because I don't think it should be a problem for people. It can be for some people. I really appreciate the people who use it for medical purposes, and almost anybody can find a medical reason to do it. And if you do that, you know, create some kind of system for yourself to where I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, you know. That's basically my 2 cents. You can abuse anything, you know. I'm addicted to fucking coffee, soda, and sugar. And hey, man, Nicholas, great fucking time, man. I think this is going to look good. I'm going to make sure that our audio visual's on point.
The best audio in the game.
Nick, good shit. Anything else you want to say for the people? I got to go. I'm going to say real quick, me and my man Trav Miking, he might be episode number 2. And holla holla. Sammy Dub signing out for the recast. And all the links will be in here, people. We want to entertain and educate. I hope you had a good time. I hope you can subscribe to our stuff. I ain't got no brand new fucking thing. I don't got no followers. You could be number 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think I might have like... I actually have an old... This is going to go for my old YouTube channel, which I might have like 38 followers on. Something like that.
Perfect.
So if we start from whatever, 28, you could be number 29.
Grassroots.
And when I get so famous that I have 174 followers, I will tell the world about you. Nick Heldreth is going to help me with my list building. He can help you with yours. I can also help you with yours. I mean, that's what I do. You know, I'm out here for everything is a business. Your business is my business. Remix.co. That's .co. Business consulting, growth, sales and marketing. I work with musicians, artists, writers, labels, anything, man. Nick, it was a pleasure. We're going to link up all this stuff in the links. We'll have another episode soon.
Let's do it.